35192, want to send a text. AlanCoxShow.com. That's where you can watch live. Who's helping out today? Jeff Goulash. Oh. It's almost downright normal. Comedian Blake Hammond is going to join us a little bit closer to 4:20. He is doing a show at the Foundry in Lakewood tonight with some bands.
Yes.
Are you on this show?
I am not on this show. I'm doing a different show at Dunlop's, a little bar that just reopened.
Okay.
But we gotta show Blake some love.
FoundryConcertClub.com is their website.
Yes.
I haven't been to the Foundry in a long time.
Laughing at our pain.
At Our Pain, a night of comedy and live music.
So there's the Fillers, which is a Killers cover band, and then Portage playing as Taking Back Sunday.
A Killers cover band.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, we're at that point. I mean, they've been around.
Wear like shiny suits and stuff, or
I don't know if they're going all that out or if they're just going to be playing their songs, but still, I mean,
okay,
they pull it off. It's a good time.
All right, well.
And then Blake Hammond, hilarious. Julia Mary, she's a nutbag. She's funny. She's a lot of chaotic energy, but very funny. She's a good time.
All right. Well, Foundry's always got wild stuff going on over there, so you can go to FoundryConcertClub.com for the info on that.
And then Connor, I think that's Blake's friend that's actually with him right now. So if he's with Blake, I imagine he's a funny dude too.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
What's
hey,
up?
Alan.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm not one of these young kids that fills out those TikTok things or whatever, but maybe I should be. I'm a Gen Xer, and I've been drinking one of those, what they call Borgs, for years. I mix mine with the Mio fruit punch, just a glass of water and 2 scoops of Metamucil. You let that swell up a little bit. It's just like Jell-O.
Yeah, right. Oh, that sounds good. You put a tongue depressor in there, letting it harden up, and you got yourself a nice little popsicle, John. Right.
I like that.
A Mio and Metamucil. Yummy. All right. It keeps everything moving, I assume.
Yeah, it keeps everything flowing.
Right. All right. Thank you, John. There's John out there who's been making his own. You kids don't know nothing. He's been making his own Borgs for a long time. I wonder why they call it a Borg.
Yeah, that's what
because
I can't
resistance to
figure
drink
out.
it is futile?
I guess.
You're never not going to be able to drink this.
It's a pretty deep culture with college kids, it looks like.
Okay, well, it's all over the TikTok.
It's all over it, and there's a lot
Borg.
of different concoctions, but good for them.
This is my 7 of 9 Borgs I'm going to drink tonight.
I think you just stick with one. I think that's the way to go.
I don't know. Nevertheless, so Metamucil is like when you can't poop. Is that what that does?
I think so.
I hear ads for it, and it's been around for 100 years, obviously. But I'm always like, there's so many of those things now that I'm unclear what any given one does. They're like, I take this stuff and it cleans out all the stuff in your body, and I'm like, okay.
What does Metamucil actually do? It increases the bulk in your stool, an effect that helps to cause movement of the intestines.
Are you getting made fun of at
bulk it
school,
up,
kids,
yeah.
because you don't have bulky stool? Well, here's the...
Get that stool bulk, that stool gains.
Yo, do you even
got
lift,
stool,
bro?
Yeah, do you got stool gains, Poundcake?
No, I don't.
You want to get that turd yoked?
Mm-hmm.
No, I think I'm still going through like my cycle because I changed my diet up, so my body's like responding to that. So my poops have been. You were asking me like the other day, is like my poop
Yeah, going
routine
more
is-
frequently, yeah.
And it's like I'm going more frequently, but it's not a lot, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I have like one big poop a week, like one big one, and then everything else is just like,
There's rabbit pellets.
yeah, just little droplets. Or sometimes it's like it just it comes all out.
Mm-hmm. There's that noise again.
Mm-hmm.
It's multi-purpose. If he's peeing or if he's got... Alan Borg is an acronym. Blackout Rage Gallon.
Oh.
Why is rage in everything now? The word rage it's in everything now. I mean, are you mad or are you just going to a rager? I'm raging, man. Blackout Rage. Boy, somebody really had to work on that. This is my blackout rage gallon. And somebody goes, it's kind of wordy, bro. You should come up with something else. Oh, really? Should I? This gallon of water that I'm half filling with vodka and Crystal Light? Yeah. I really should come up with something cool for that. How about a gallon of rage that I can black out? How about a Gerbo? Does that sound good? No? Okay. Blackout rage gallon. All right. Well, there you go. They're getting me hip to what's going on out there. If you listen to our show on iHeartRadio from out of state, tell me where you do it. Steve listens in Fort Hood, Texas. Scott's in Littleton, Colorado. Holly and Paul are in Phoenix. Matt's down in Cincinnati. Brian's a new listener in Orlando. And we have a lot of bureau chiefs in the Rochester, New York, greater metropolitan area, too. And I saw that they have put a Philip Seymour Hoffman statue in their museum. He's from suburban Rochester. Of course, he's been dead for a while now. But he's getting a permanent statue in the George Eastman Museum in Rochester, New York. So those of you who live out that way and you were a Phil Hoffman fan, it's going to be there. Now, I don't know if it's going to be skinny Phil or chubby Phil.
When does that start?
Is
it up already?
It's there now.
Oh, man.
They said that the statue was unveiled last year outside a theater, but it has been moved to the George Eastman Museum in Rochester. And they're doing a tribute to Philip Seymour Hoffman film series. Boy, you could do a week of his movies and still not have a dud in the bunch. His mother still lives out that way. She's a retired judge. He died in 2014 at age 46 of a heroin overdose. So it was 9 years last week he died. It was the first week of February. And I think most mainstream audiences associated him with Twister. Because that was a huge, earlier in his career, but that was a huge movie. But Boogie Nights and Big Lebowski and 25th Hour.
Yeah.
Great movie.
He was in the Hunger Games.
Hunger Games.
That was a big one. That was his last.
He was the bad guy in Mission Impossible 3.
Yeah. He was
real good in that.
Real good in that.
Yep. He's in Moneyball. He was in Ides of March, great Clooney movie with Ryan Gosling. And Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, one of the great underrated films of the last 20 years.
And also
him and Ethan Hawke.
What a score for him to be in that movie and
my God.
With naked Marissa Tomei.
The movie opens with her on top of him, I think.
Yeah. He read that script. He's like, I'm in.
Let's
do it.
Is that a perfect way to accept a script? You're like,
they're like,
no, you act like it's like, oh, the whole script is great, but you just read the first scene was
but that stuff gets,
Marissa Tomei.
The screenwriter goes, you didn't think that the third act needed more work? No, it's all great. No, I read the first line.
That's the thing. Scripts like that get cut all the time. It's never like a finished product by the time it's sent to an actor. The scene might get cut.
Oh, I imagine he made sure that stayed in. That's
it's
right.
Integral.
Will her boobies be on me?
Okay. Because I don't remember a lot of movies where boobies were on him.
Yeah.
So he wasn't that guy.
Dude, I don't.
He was pretty gross in Happiness, but that was a whole
very
other,
gross in that, but still not really consensually gross.
No.
Pirate Radio, that was a good one.
Didn't see Pirate Radio. Didn't see that one. What, Cody?
Well, I think actors need to get paid more for when they do sex scenes, because I don't know that I could not pop one. Like if they're telling me you're about to do this, and I know it's glorified on TV, they make it look better than what it is. I know in reality you have 80 people around you, but still, the hottest person you probably will ever see in your life is simulating sex on you.
Yeah, but you're hot too. That's why you're in the movies.
Yeah, so that means I can't pop one? That's
you can, but I think, but the stories that you always hear from people who talk about those sex scenes is that, not only that, but you're surrounded by Teamsters.
Yeah.
Because the crew is all there.
It's not a sexy moment. That's where the acting comes in, is you have to act like this moment where you're surrounded by a bunch of people doing their job is actually a hot, sexy moment. It's very awkward.
And what if the co-stars hate each other? There's always those stories, or they were like, he had bad breath, or she sucked, or whatever.
Yeah, he wasn't fond of showering, that type of thing.
Yeah, but then
you're not doing one take either. So like you gotta, it's just a weird. Even just having acted in like a short film where I had to be in the same bed. It wasn't a sex scene, but we were just doing dialogue like we were laying in bed together. It's so awkward.
Well, and they're all very choreographed too. So it's like, put your arm here,
I love it when they go down, they show man butt, because that was in the script. It's like, and show the man's rear. Like, anytime there's man butt, it was written into the script.
Well, somebody had the line, and I don't remember who it was. I want to say Denzel, but that doesn't seem to fit, because I don't think of him in sex scenes. But something along the lines of, to the co-star, don't get offended if I pop one, and don't get offended if I don't pop one.
I feel like that was
I don't think Denzel would say that.
No,
I think that was
I don't know
a joke
why I'm
in a movie.
Was it?
Or like a sketch or something. I know. I
saw an actor doing
that same thing. Yeah,
doing an interview or something. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Denzel comes to mind, but I don't ever remember him doing anything like that.
I think in the industry, it's like a taboo, because Henry Cavill, which I love. I know you don't. They're still trying to make him a thing, you always say, but I forget what sex scene he was doing, but he talked about it in an interview where he got an erection, and he was like looked at as this huge perv and like shunned from the.
That was early in his career. I mean, he's got some naked stuff in The Witcher, I think.
No, he has a lot of sex scenes. He's in that movie or the TV show I like, The Tutors. Like that's where I recognize him from. I forget where it was, but he said he was doing a sex scene with like an actress who's like a big name now, and
those Tutors, boy. I mean, when you're in a sex scene, you don't want
sorry,
so much tooting.
I'm nervous.
I thought it was like a cat. I think it was a sketch about entrapment with Sean Connery.
All right.
And he was playing, because he's so old at that point.
Right. I don't remember that, but yeah. So Philip Seymour Hoffman, if you are up Rochester way, they've got a big statue of him as a local guy done good. He was in Magnolia. He was in Almost Famous. He played Freddie Lowndes in the Silence of the Lambs prequel. Played that tabloid reporter. That those characters are in all those movies, and they have different people playing them. He was in Along Came Polly. The basketball scene with Ben Stiller in Along Came Polly. I didn't remember him in the Hunger Games. I took
it's not the first one. He's in the second and third and fourth one.
Yesterday was National Pizza Day, and so you saw all the local pizza places crowing over what they do and what you can get and blah, blah, blah. And my daughter had asked me the night before, completely coincidentally, she had asked me what's the most popular food in the world. And I assumed that it was going to be something like rice, something boring, but it was pizza. And she doesn't like pizza. I have a kid, a first grader, who doesn't like pizza. And so my plan for National Pizza Day yesterday was to sit there. Normally, if you were to eat pizza in front of somebody and not offer them any, it'd be considered rude because everybody loves pizza. Not my kid. So my plan was I was going to sit there and eat pizza in front of her. I didn't do that. That was my plan.
Yeah.
My plan was to do that, but I didn't do that.
You didn't go through with it.
I didn't go through with it because I was like, it's just generically rude. I don't want to do that. Alan, did you see we shot down another spy balloon over Alaska?
Hey.
Oh, they're getting to him fast and furious. They don't know that it was a spy balloon, but I think that's maybe what they're going by now.
Spy, spy, spy.
Hey, isn't that the name of something right now?
Yeah, my new Poundcake podcast.
Oh.
I think I found the sketch that I was thinking of. I think it was a Mad TV sketch where he's in a movie called Blue Heat with Rebecca Gayheart.
Yeah.
And it's just, the age difference is, it's making fun of the entrapment movie that came out around the same time.
That was Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Right.
Entrapment.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah. I didn't see Entrapment. I just remember it.
I just remember it too. I don't think I ever actually watched it, but I remember the scene where she was shimmying under the laser.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw her butt going. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, that was prime Catherine Zeta-Jones, too. That's like when,
Like right after Mask of Zorro.
Right. No, I just remember early
His
90s.
teeth fall out of his mouth.
Early 90s, there was a great movie called Disclosure. And it was, I think it was from a book or something. And it was Michael Douglas was this hot shot tech guy at a company. And Demi Moore is his boss. And the premise of the movie was to flip the script on sexual harassment. And the premise of the movie was that she wanted him to bang her, and he was a married guy and a good dude, and he said no. And then she accused him of rape. So the premise of this movie is that Demi Moore was mad that Michael Douglas wouldn't have sex with her. And she wanted to take it out on him. And, of course, it was a big game of cat and mouse. But they were like, this is the big reversal of the roles and sexual harassment and blah, blah, blah. But at the time, everybody laughed because they were like, so someone said no to Demi Moore in this movie, and it was a big movie for a while.
All right, I sent you that sketch. 2:35 is when he's saying that line.
Who plays Sean Connery?
Pat Kilbane.
Oh, okay. Not Artie?
He's like 2:33, I think 2:30.
2:33. Okay.
Around the 2:30 mark.
Yeah, she adores me. You know, before every love scene I do with Becky, I say, I'm sorry if I get a boner, and I'm sorry if I don't get a boner.
That's a good Connery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's very funny in
With
that sketch.
actual Rebecca Gayheart.
Yeah, and then like they show them shooting the scene, and as he's like crawling up on the desk to like mount her, his dentures fall onto her face. Oh, it's so gross.
God, Rebecca Gayheart had a great career until she hit that kid, right?
What happened?
Years ago, Rebecca Gayheart.
She was so pretty.
Yeah, but she was in like a hit and run or something.
Oh, really?
And yeah, they completely like derailed what was going on with her. She had a 9-year-old kid.
Ooh.
And he died.
Yeah.
And it was she disappeared, boy, for a long time. She married one of those Grey's Anatomy dudes, but and I think somebody posted a video years later of her and her husband with like a Miss America contestant or something. I was like, boy, in the pantheon of videos you don't want getting out, one with you and your husband banging a Miss America contestant ain't the worst one that could be out there. I mean, that's a flex. Everybody's good looking, and everybody's consenting. All consenting adults. I got Fall Out Boy tickets after the break. They're going to do Blossom this summer with Bring Me the Horizon. Go get me that sunset. Is that what you call them?
Yeah, go get that sunset.
Go get that sunset. So if you want to go see Fall Out Boy, doing a handful of dates this summer. And they'll get to Blossom July 18th. We'll also get comedian Blake Hammond in here to catch up with him. He's doing a show at the Foundry